What if there was a way for solo founders or GTM operators to find out topics of their interest to engage in the right time with the right kind of messaging? Meaning that what if you can join conversations or find conversations around the topic that you're most interested in? Meaning that if you're a founder who is, I don't know, looking at a scheduling app, you want to join conversations in LinkedIn or social media around scheduling apps, and you can actually find out more about what the pain points are or sell in your solution in Reddit or whatever platform, say LinkedIn. You want to join conversations around certain topics that you'll be interested in either joining or actually or just becoming leads in a way where you can enrich. Well, in this video, what we're going to do is use Clay to unpack keywords posts around certain topics of interest, and then enrich those lists, enrich those contacts, find their growth signals and so forth to determine if wherever we should engage. And engage could be a series of maybe much more light touch where you just connect and comment, or you might invite them to a event that you might be running, or send a cold outbound. But I probably won't suggest that. But what you're trying to do is find people talking about the area or domain that you're interested in and engage them. Be creative. And depending on the level of engagement you have already with them, so if you're super cold, you want to go with maybe a connect and a like and maybe get them to respond. If they're warmer, then you can do it an outbound. You can call, you can invite them to an event or conference, whatever you think is appropriate for your engagement strategy, right? And also measure how engaged they are already in your personal brand, either your company brand or your personal brand. Now, enough said, let's get into this a little bit. So Clay. So let's just set up an example. Say if you go here, you have Clay, and say you've got an SEO or AEO or GEO, some large language optimization solution, right? So you've got a solution, you want to actually join conversations, or you're at the minimal viable product stage where you want to test that, right? So you want to join conversations around, is this worth my time to continue to build? So in Clay, one of the features I like, besides a lot of stuff, but you have signals, and then signals you can go into custom, and there's various ways you can look all these ways you can actually track. The one that I like is called TriggerFi there, and if you select that, you can actually specify, for example, the post. So kind of what kind of keywords are you looking for in post in LinkedIn, for example. You can say how many days I want this to appear, like in the last 7 days. I'm just interested because I want to join the conversation. What titles? I mean, you really got granular segmentation here. What titles you're interested in, what titles you're not. So for example, you might be interested in agencies like partners or sales reps. You're just interested in founders or growth marketers and so forth, right? So that's the kind of titles you're going to put in. You can follow certain domains. So if you're an account-based marketing approach where you can put in all your domains of the key companies that you're interested in, and monitor them for any keyword. So if you were saying if they raised a Series A, you've got a bunch of startups you're tracking, well, you can put on their domains, and so you can monitor any of those who have or hiring or any growth signals. You can actually monitor and then engage at that time. So again, high intent. You can specify industry. So if you're more broad, so you can go broader in your TAM. So this is really about your serviceable market, and TAM, it could be your total addressable. You can say, hey, I just want to focus on one industry and see any conversations around my topic. And then of course you can do there's additional ones you can add in terms of prospect filtering. From account sizes, or you might say, hey, I want only follow influencers. Give me all those who are posting about this topic, who have a high account, have followers, so I can actually engage them to sell my or partner with that person. Or so you got a lot of power here in terms of customization around the topic area, and also you've got a lot of customization around what to include or exclude. Now, going back to the SEO example, what I talk about, I'm a founder. I've got a new value proposition around helping marketers and SEO really embrace large language models. So appearing, getting cited in their content, right? So I've done this. I set it up so to save time because the video will be long. So I've got a bunch of keywords I want to track. So there's, artificial intelligence engine optimization or generative engine optimization, large language content optimization. So I can put in as many keywords as I want to say any post that people tag this that I want to pick. I also want it to be the last 7 days. I don't want to go too early, and you can refine that. You can go really wide, and then go narrow it down. These are the titles I'm interested in. Head of marketing, maybe a founder, a VP for marketing. These are the kind of roles I want to engage in my solution. I don't have a solution. I'm just saying this is how I do it. But I want to exclude consultants, freelance agencies, and so forth. But again, I can go. I talked about this. I can go quite a level of detail in terms of. I'm going to put in maximum results. Let's just say 10 for now. You can also you can also add in different filters if you want. So let's just go and click next. Let me see what's happening. Why am I connected? Let me check why I might have a connection. Let's do. Okay, so I wasn't connected. So let's see what's happened now. Now it's gonna search. So of course, this is gonna look anytime somebody's posting any of these activities. You can see already it's picked up one. Oh, there's more than that. Okay, so now what I can do here, it's got 10 because I said 10. If you look at my previous, I said 10 results. So I can actually narrow it down to say I don't want to exclude certain countries, and I should have done that to be honest with you. But for now, for the sake of the example, it picked up all the ones I wanted. Let's just see, for example, this person is a co-founder, and he's talking about the topic that I'm interested in. He looks like a great fit for my solution in a way. And then if I go here, let's see, it should be some type of post that he's talked about that is around. Well, this is all about AI. Yeah, there it is there. So you can see it's picked up. So I can join this conversation. So there's only 4 people in this case. So I can join, or if there's a prospect, I can actually add him and enrich his details as well. So the next phase of this, if I go back to here, is I can go next, and what I can do is enrich this person's details. I can enrich in terms of their company description. So I can do an outbound. I can do I can score them from a growth indicator if they're high in growth stage. So in a way I can quickly ascertain the conversations that I'm interested in joining. I can also then enrich those contact details if I'm interested. Probably you want to score them first, and then of those scores you want to enrich because of those that hit certain criteria of your score, and then work out an engagement strategy depending on, again, it's depending on this relationship. So this person here, I don't know this. I don't know Jeff. So it will be pretty much a cold outreach if I was going to do that. If I was going to sell a solution to him. But the point here, but I can figure out other ways I can engage and maybe go to his company and see if there's an event that they're attending. Really, again, if you're a founder and you've got a minimal viable product, and especially you're early stage, you want to get validation and you want to speak to key people who are in the industry that are talking about this a lot to validate your idea. So hopefully that really made sense. Again, a very powerful, and you can set this as a ongoing monitoring. So you get there monthly, or you can do quarterly. So you can monitor these conversations. Again, I'll go back here, and if you don't need to put the titles in. If I go back here, you can just monitor domains, companies, especially for an account-based approach. Well, there you go. That's TriggerFi and custom signals in Clay. Worth a shot for you in your prospecting, and especially if you're a solo founder who is really want to validate an idea, or a GTM operator that really wants to scale or support their teams around growth initiatives. This is a great way to unpack or identify or surface up prospects that are in that mindset, high intent, that are talking about this subject that you're interested in. If you like this video, remember always follow, subscribe. So it helps me come up with other ideas. And if you feel free to add any comments if you feel like I should cover for other topics. Until next time, bye bye.